Hi collective, this is Miracle Exist Tarot Channel. Okay, okay, let's see. This is a general reading. Okay, I will put up, also start putting up signs, but I felt like I have to put this up. Okay, I have many downloads. I don't know which one source wants it to be out, but I just wanted to talk about one thing. If you are ascending, or you are already in a 5D earth, I don't know if you noticed that when you are outside, I mean, first I noticed it when it was full moon. The last 4, 5 full moons, maybe more. I noticed that there is like, you look at the moon and there's like 2 moons that are separating, you know? And it's more and more important with the sun. I think it's the same situation, but we can't see it well because it's so bright. But what I can see is the two reality, you know, the two realities start separating really obviously. And in one reality, there will be a huge flare, solar flare. And I believe that the 5D shifting will follow it after. Okay, so it's really important that you choose your reality after the dark forces. I mean, evil energies, you know, try to hold you back and all kind of things. You have to willing to shift to the 5D earth and do at least halfway the work to ascend. Okay, and after it will, I mean, Gaia will draw you with her in a 5D shifting. If you're already rooted in Gaia, in a 5D earth, it doesn't matter what is your enemies planning to do. Try to keep the hope. Try to keep high vibration if you can. I mean, sometimes it's difficult because of all the horrible things they put us through, but we need to try it, okay? And you are divine. You already did lots of work to ascend. There's no way they can keep you back, okay? They might think they blocked you, but does not mean you're not going to the 5D earth, okay? This is a lie they're trying to tell you in your mind, so after you start panicking that you will stay here and things like that. No. You already done the work on yourself. You are ascended a really huge part. They won't leave you here on a 3D earth, okay? I mean, so they won't. You will shift with a 5D earth together. They can't do anything against this, and they pissed off, but it doesn't matter. It's not our problem, it's theirs, okay? That's why you need to keep on working on your mind. If you can't meditate, at least sit down and imagine the future, what you want for yourself. While it won't work if you want to imagine somebody's failure, that is not a 5D thing. Okay? Because I pick up on energy on people who are not divine, and they pretend to be divine, and when they want to manifest, I mean, access to divine energies and manifest with manifestation technique that is actually on a light side, they're trying to manifest something evil. I mean, it won't work. After they get pissed off with source, and you know, when you become divine, your mentality has to shift also. Because divine energies and a divine way of living does not fit in with your evil intentions. You have to change your intentions. You have to do the work on yourself. If not, it won't work. It won't work. And some of these people are convinced they can use the same technique for evil purposes to manifest other people's destruction and demise, to destroy them. And they pissed off when it does not work. And they do it because already on the dark side, with the evil darker rituals, they can't get this person. So now they're trying to do it with light energies. You have to keep on thinking about 5D Earth. You must have downloads also, because me, I had lots of downloads what will happen, and and what I want to do in a 5D Earth. You have to meditate on that. Okay, you need to think of that, because as you think, you are creating it. But if you think dark, negative things, you anchor yourself to the 3D Earth. This is the case, which wolf you feed, that will grow. 8 of stars and the moon. I can see somebody's walking away from the darkness. Towards a new beginning. And actually, this is what I was talking about, that you need to focus on what you manifest with your mind. It is really, really hard when there is a pressure on you, and there's so many horrible things happening on Earth right now. And it's really, really hard to focus on a 5D Earth, the positive things. Then you have to worry about how do you pay your bills. You worry that, oh my God, what's going to happen if you lose your house, or you lost your car, or your marriage is falling apart, or your child is sick. I know there are really difficult situations that is really, really difficult to concentrate on positive things. Let's say your child is sick. What do you concentrate on? That your child is healed. I don't care how much is it impossible. You have to force your mind to make yourself see your child healing and getting healed. I don't care if the doctor says there is no hope, that your child will die or something. I don't know. I pick up on somebody's energy whose child is in a hospital and dying. You are a divine person. Please, each morning, each evening, think about your child, that he or she is really alive and laughing and running and playing, and you play with her and going out with her, doing things, going to Disney, or I don't know, just you just make it real in your mind that your child is getting better and getting healed. Those things that are emotionally pressing you down, you have to balance it out with a positive manifestation with your mind. Do you understand? It does not mean that you're delusional, that you are not conscient of the 3D reality. It does mean that you're building up your hope, and after the hope, when it's strong enough, it will become faith, and when a faith is strong enough, it will become a reality. Okay, it's really important that you practice that. You have financial difficulties each day. Give thanks to universe that you have a place to stay, you have a food to eat, you have air to breathe, and you are so grateful for your I don't know, job is coming in, your business or your new house, new flat, new car, whatever. Each morning give thanks to universe, because that is a positive attitude, that will fuel and feed your light side, and also the shifting into the 5D Earth. But when you are focusing on a 3D reality, the horrors, I mean, you have to, like, sometimes source lead you to talk about it in public, for example. This is important for some reason. You have to follow your spirit guides. If your spirit guides tell you to speak up about a situation, yes, you have to do, but it does not mean you are not healed. It does not mean that you are not positive or high vibrational. Even if you are crying time to time at home, this can be a sign of healing, not a depression. It's not the same when you are healing, when something come up, a pain, and you cry and you praying and you meditating and emotionally you're working on it, crying on it, cry it out, but it's a process of the healing. And when you're done, you give thanks to source, and it's like it becomes memory that does not affect you anymore. That is not a depression. When you are in depression, you are in a state of always thinking negatively about a situation and how did it affect you and how unlucky you are, and you start thinking about yourself negatively and you stay in that state. This is two different things. Do not mix it up. And yes, if you are shifting, it is possible that you might go through more and more healing process, but source is putting you in this situation because these can weighten you down and could keep you back from ascending. So you need to clear up every weight from your soul, from your spirit, from your heart, and so you could shift. Okay, so if there are things from the past coming back, it's because they are not 100% healed yet. Okay, they need to heal 100%, and you are in a process, and that is a good thing. But what you need to do is develop this process that you have a hope after a faith, and actually the faith is almost like a conviction in something. And when you have a conviction of something, that you permit the universe to bring it down on earth. Okay, and it's important, the grateful heart also, and also to release that things. So in a universe, you convinced that it will happen, but you can't see anything, and you release it to the universe, and it says that I trust you. Surprise me. I know you love me. Surprise me, and show me how good you are to me. And universe will show you, but sometimes you need to release it because you want it so hard that it's happened now. And maybe you don't know the reason why, but maybe it's not the timing yet. And you say, oh, it should have arrived 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I know the feeling. But universe has its reason, and maybe it did not arrive because if it would have arrived, it wouldn't have been so important than what universe really want to give you. Maybe universe wants to give you 10 times, 100 times more, and you insist to have the smaller one. That would be really idiot. So sometimes you have to wait longer, but to have a bigger recompensation or better things than what you would ask universe for. You have to understand universe loves you and wants you to have the best. Okay, the Ace of Stars, Ace of Cups, this is a divine love. This is how universe loves you. After, be honest with universe, be honest with source. I mean, sometimes, suffering is like that. You tell source that I can't take this anymore, help me to carry it because I can't. Or if you make a mistake, tell that I made a mistake. I just don't know how to repair it. Please help me because I want it. If you're fed up or you're hungry, you can say that, but after, usually when you love source and universe, you will apologize and say, I'm sorry. And just when you have a connection with universe, when you have a connection with source, It's like a connection with when you live with somebody, okay? You cultivate that relationship. This is a relationship with source. This is a relationship with universe. In a relationship, you see everything about the other person. And when you show yourself to universe, when you show yourself to source, source and universe will permit you to see them also. Because that is when two persons live together. You see each other. After a while, you can't pretend. After a while, everything will come out, what is the other person's like. It's the same thing when you have a relationship with universe and source. After, you can be stubborn. And well, recently I was like, I was really fed up because things did not go on a way I imagine it should be. And after I got a bit rebel, fire signs are sometimes like that, okay? And I said, okay, I did some, how is it called? Some playing on internet, And my spirit guide told me that you need to stop because you were given this time to have a rest, to prepare for many things, and this is not what you're supposed to do. And I said, I'm fed up, I'm having rest, and leave me alone. And after a while, I realized that, yeah, he's right. I just was stubborn, And after you apologize and after you go and do finally what you're supposed to do, or sometimes don't be harsh with you because when so stay you go hermit mode and you have a few days, a few weeks holidays, or you are between two works, or you don't work for some reason. For example, you're pregnant, you can't work because you between two jobs. It's difficult to find a job when you're pregnant. Anyway, there are many, 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 many reasons why you stay at home. And sometimes you need to relax, need to do something that certainly satisfy you. But after, it's just something that a bit carries your emotions, your psyche, to calm down this rebellious nature that things are not going on a way I want. And after, when you calm down, after you go back in the chart, and after you communicate with source, communicate with universe, it's like a marriage. Sometimes you are mad on each other, and it's like leave me alone, and you go in a bedroom or somewhere to calm down or whatever. But after when you calm down, you go back to your partner, you give a hug, you give a kiss, you eat together, you laugh together, and a relationship is going forwards. Okay, that's happened. And you should not be harsh with yourself, that sometimes maybe your will is not exactly the will of universe, not exactly the will of a source, but you will figure it out with him. Okay, it's like that, like a real relationship. And don't force yourself. I mean, I do not understand people when they force themselves, like activities that I have to wake up and do this and this and this. Yes, you need a certain disciplining. Yes, you do. I'm not saying not. But when it's developed in a level that you are holding grudges against universe, grudges against source, it's the same thing in a relationship. You are there each time and you're smiling and give a kiss and a hug, and after go to work, and after cheat on your wife because you're fed up. But you say nothing to your wife. Your wife knows nothing. You don't even mention there is a problem, But you want to be positive. You hope that the problem will be solved. How? How it will solved if you don't even mention it? Do you understand? So sometimes be real, because these fake reality that you create in a relationship does not lead you anywhere. And it's the same thing with universe and source. If you have a fake relationship with source and universe, first of all, you can't really hide yourself because universe and source will see that it's fake. Second, there is no point because it won't advance your relationship with source and universe. Do you understand? So get real. And if you're rebellious, if you're fed up, well, I'm not saying it to be nasty, but at least tell that, listen, I'm a bit fed up. I know I have to wait, but I imagine this in a different way. Okay. And after universe, source will come back and approach each other like in a couple and fix the problem. And after it, you have to understand you need to wait, or this won't happen yet, or you need to do this and that. And because sometimes we are fed up, like with your spirit guides, you need a relationship also. Because it's not like they're giving always do this, do that, do this, do that. What is that? What kind of relationship is that? Everybody's get fed up with it. After a while, you say, oh, leave me alone. I had enough obeying all the time. After you need to find source, find universe, like you find each other in a couple, and get comfort from each other. We have here a Three of Wands, new beginning. New beginning is only possible when you have this kind of relationship with universe and source, or at least with universe. And also you trying really with your best effort to visualize, manifest. There are many manifestation techniques. And also you are grateful, because how shall I put this? When you are not grateful, well, it could happen when you're rebellious, but it does not make the things advance. And also, if you have to be active, there is a time when you have to be active, do everything. That thing what you're wishing for will come down on a free day. So you have to do everything on a free day, on a physical level. But there are a level when you go through that, you have to release it, or you can't do any more. You just can't do more. It's finished on a physical level. So you have to release it, give it to source, give it to universe, and totally accept whatever happened. I will accept it. And I still love you, universe. I still love you, source. And sometimes you don't receive yet because universe is preparing something bigger than what you ask for. Because the human mind has its limitations, okay? Sometimes we can't imagine much more than what we know. But maybe universe wants to give you much more than what you know or ever experienced in this lifetime. Six of Swords. For me, the Six of Swords here is totally walking towards the 5D Earth. Set yourself up. I mean, even if you are in a prison, even if you are in captivity, even if you are in really atrocious circumstances, your mind, even if they do mind, they have military gadget who controls the mind. You have to resist. I mean, you need to build up a tenacity, a resistance, a stamina, also not just spiritually, but in your mind. Because you need to understand everything is decided in the mind. Mind is a battlefield. Because not just only you who can access to it, but entities and other people who has telepathic gifts, for example, or some military gadget has some device who can access your mind. Okay, so it's really, really important. Also, you need to understand that also, that for example, when you also project astral travel and when you dream, you do, everybody does in a certain level, you pick up like parasites or kind of spiritual creatures from the astral, and they can attach themselves to you if you are very low vibrational, or you know, you're going through a period of time that you didn't go to sleep, for example, before you go to sleep, it's good if you raise your vibration. Why? Because when you astral travel, you attract what vibration you have. Okay, the energy what you have and a vibration you have. So it's really important. That's why for example, when you do astral traveling, not in a dream, but you induce it yourself, there are many techniques. There are certain techniques what I learned. For example, you can have energetic bull, energetic shield around you when you astral travel, that can protect you. This is important because sometimes you don't see these parasites, you don't see these things. It can attach themselves to you, and what they do, they draining your chi, they draining your divine light, and they bring negative thoughts. Also, you need to understand some people can send monitor spirits, for example, spiritualist on a dark side, or someone who's just curious, and they're not even on a they're not really on a bright side. Monitor spirit attach themselves also to your energetic field, and they access to your mind. The mind is a battlefield. Mind actually is a bit like a garden. I remember when I was little and we had moors in a garden, and they made these humps, you know, everywhere in a garden. Sometimes the carrots, some disappeared, lots of plants. And I remember my dad was really hungry, and got the hose and put the water in it to wash the moor out, you know, from these underground holes. And finally he managed to kill this mold so it does not destroy the vegetables and everything what we need, and the trees and everything. And the same thing is with your mind, like a garden. You know, first you need to take care of the weeds, you need to cultivate it, you need to, if there are insects or like a mole destroying it, you have to hunt it down and destroy it and neutralize it. It's the same thing with the mind. It's the same thing with the mind. You have to keep it clean. And if you can't, then you will manifest what you don't want. Do you understand? So people, for example, can also project in your dream, trying to fuck up your subconscious, your mind, so you will be negative and negatively manifest something in your mind. This is a fight also. You need to learn to protect your energy, protect your dream state, protect your mind, and clean it up. So you could manifest whatever you want in your life. This is everyday work. This is not easy. But if you don't do it, well, you can't advance. And maybe that's the reason why you are blocked, for example, because that's what you need to learn. Yeah, for the astral traveling, what I wanted to say that when you astral travel, and it's not your dream state, but you induce it yourself, what type of creatures you will meet in an astral realm is depend of your vibration. If you're low vibrational, don't expect meeting high vibrational entities. Okay? And but also when you are high vibrational and you go through during the astral travel, there might be low vibrational entities around you who try to attach themselves to you. So that's why you need the protection, and you need to also have a discernment, and you decide who do you want to work with, or who do you want to communicate with, who do you want to learn from with. Many spirit guides you can pick up during the astral travel. But after, after a certain period of time, it's you who decide you want that entity as a spirit guide or a spirit animal or not. Ten of Stars, Nine of Swords, Nine of Stars, Nine of Wands. So when you want to have this Ten of Cups, you want a family, you want a love relationship, you want these divine connections, but your mind does not match to it because you're living in a past, what the ex you did to you, and how horrible was it. I mean, yes, heal it. I mean, if it comes up in your mind, heal it. But when you know that you healed that 100% and it comes up in your mind, you have to say that, stop. This does not affect me anymore because I healed myself from it. It can be just simply your ex is thinking about you. Or some people saying, something about you and your ex, and you are sensitive as a starseed, and you pick up on these energetic, waves that these people's brain or speech sends out. You pick up on it, but you should not entertain these thoughts. You should handle it. That, excuse me, I have nothing to do with this anymore. I'm healed, and I just leave my mind. There's no point. I know what's happened. It's happened. I healed from it. I'm healed from it, and it's in the past. So I'm not willing to play around with these negative thoughts and imagining all kind of negative scenarios that could happen in the future, because this is not what I'm creating. And sometimes this is difficult. Sometimes you need to sit down and force your mind to imagine positive things. But once you start doing it, after a while, these negative thoughts will give up and disappear. You understand? This is a fight. This is a fight. But if you don't fight this fight in your thoughts, you will be in a Nine of Wands, always fighting mentally, or you start manifesting even negative things, and your wish fulfillment, this divine love, this family, won't come in. For example, you want to be with one person, you think is the right person for you. My suggestion is that when you, unless if you know surely this is the right person, but I can see so many people fall into trap in this. But I think the best thing is to do when you want to manifest that imagine how you would feel. The other person stays like a shady, dark, how shall I put, shade. Okay, don't put a space on that, because you might even don't know that person, and maybe this person is not the best person for you. Do you understand? But imagine how the person, the love of your life, should make you feel. How you would feel when you cook together, when you eat together, when you have child together, when the everyday activities goes together, when you will go for holidays, positive things. When you want to manifest a job, when you want to manifest business, imagine how would go. Or how can you help people with it? If you're a light worker and you want to manifest your mission, how you would feel when it's happened. And don't think about that you're a failure, it will never, and you will again meet a narcissistic. You might even fall in these thoughts, because each of us has this fight. But after, you have to sit down and say, no, the next person in my life won't be a narcissistic, but my divine masculine, my divine feminine, who will respect me and love me. And you have to say it. Sometimes you have to say it loud. Sometimes you have to, some people, it works really well. It depends what type of person you are. But some people are very visual, so they work really well with visualization. But some people, they need to sit down and write it down, like if it would be a story, what they want. And after read it again and read it again, or write it again. You know, the 369 manifestation technique is exactly like that for those people. But for those who are very visual, for them, maybe it's a vision board that works, you know. So it's different for everybody. I don't remember who was that in the Bible. Maybe it was Jacob. Yeah, it was Jacob. And Jacob was looking after the sheep of a wealthy person. And this wealthy person said that each sheep which is black, you can keep. And there was 1 or 2 black sheep in a flock. So what God told Jacob, to put those sheep, white sheep who's pairing up, front of the black sheep, so they can see only the black sheep while they're pairing up. And when these white sheep paired up and were watching the black sheep while they were pairing up, they produced black sheep. So Jacob could keep them. I think it was Jacob, I'm not sure. And after a while, he had his own flock of sheep, of black sheep, that he could keep for himself. But actually here, when you read the Bible, we read about a manifestation technique that actually is like a vision board. And sometimes some people, if you are on mind work, mind magic, whatever you call it, what you can do, some people has this vision board in their mind. Okay, not everybody, I mean, some of you needs to have it physically, you know, you hang it up on your wall, but some of you, it's in your mind. If you are in captivity, you are in a war zone, evident you can't hang up a beautiful vision board and, you know, with different kind of color, you color it and the photos you stick. No, you can't. You are in a situation you can't. So use your mind. Use your mind. Five of Moons. You see? This is what a person manifests who's in this state. That's why you need to come out. Sorry guys, just something makes noise here. Okay. We have here the 2 of stars, a 6 of wands, 8 of wands, and a page of stars. Wow. Yeah, this is absolutely the opposite. You see, if you use the right manifestation technique, this is 2 paths you need to choose. You do not cultivate your mind, and you go down manifesting all the negative shit what is coming up just in your mind, and you think it's your own fault. Thinking, but it is not, because I just explained to you many things can access to your mind that is not you at all, not your thinking. Okay, you have to fight that, and if you don't, you manifest negative things. When you do, you will manifest positive, like 2 of Cups, 6 of Wands, and 8 of Wands. Actually here has a protection energy, and a page of stars, divine love. Okay, it does not mean that if there is a difficulties that's happening to you, it does not shake you for a while, because you are human. If it would not shake you, that means you wouldn't be human. We have here the Five of Wands. This is a fight. As I told you, mind is a battlefield. You fight negative thoughts or you fight the positive thoughts. Which one are you doing? Which one are you feeding? And sometimes when you fight negative thoughts, you have to force the positive thinking to come into your mind. So it would push out the negative one. And this is difficult. It's not an easy thing. Especially when this is usually when people do dark magic on you, or dark rituals, or energy manipulations. They try to control your mind. This is a really hard fight to take back the control and force positive things, positive thinking in your mind. And sometimes you just can't. You can't because it's so horrible, the spiritual attack on you, that it's difficult. If you can't, if you are in that situation that the spiritual attack is so huge on your mind that you can't, cry up to source and universe and God. Ask your ancestors, ask your spirit guides, your angels, that help me, help me, help me, because I can't do it. Help me, I need help. And they will. And in an hour or in 2 hours, 3 hours, you can sit down and start manifesting again and thinking positively. Okay? It's really the mindset, how you see the world. When you drink a coffee, you can, for example, thinking about that, oh, my caffeine machine broke, so I have just only instant coffee and it's not the same taste, and oh, even the coffee is shit, and things like that. Or you can look at the coffee and say that, oh, I'm so grateful, it's so delicious and I enjoy every drop of it, and oh, it's so good, even that it's not coming from a hyper super duper, I don't know what luxury machine, but a simple instant coffee. It's so good. You can make it, for example, on a free day, you can make a nice cream for it, you know, creaming, pumpkin cream is really fashionable in the US, or no, you know, nuts or anything flavor, put it in, or just a bit of cinnamon or something to spice it up. Or sometimes I like to put chili pepper in it or something, you know. And after it's much better, you know, that the vision what you will have is totally different. Smell it, smell the nice smell of the coffee. That is just an example, okay? After, there are things that sometimes I remember I told Source that I can't deal with this right now. Don't push it in front of my nose because I can't. And after Source tell me that you have to deal with it. And I say, no, I can't deal with it. I can't take it emotionally. So sometimes Source tolerates that for a while, but after kick me in the bottom and says that now you do it because now you can't wait, you know. And after you have to obey, huh? So, because if not, you will be fucked up. There will be a tower moment. So the Five of Wands is really this kind of fight, you know. But once you do it, you will step on a higher level. A new cycle with the new moon will start. New moon represents always a new cycle. Excuse me, guys, I just woke up. So this is really, really important, that you understand what is going on. Nothing will fall in your hands, on your lap, from the sky, just without doing nothing. You know, you have to do your part. The Chariot and a Three of Stars. Yeah, celebrate your destiny. Celebrate your destiny, even if you are not in it yet. You are not living that way that Source wants you to do. Source will give you a vision who you are, what you're supposed to do. Visualize it, think about it, meditate about it, and in the same time prepare for it. If you need to obtain knowledge from books or from internet, start making your notes, start making, studying it, you know, to be prepared for it. Queen of Wands. The Tower and a Four of Wands. Okay. If you are always this negative fighting mode, I mean, you need to be alert. I mean, that is the hardest, to ground ourselves in difficult circumstances. And when people coming towards us or situations we are in, handle it calmly. That is the most difficult thing is to do. But, you know, these difficult situations are the tower. And sometimes you are not control over it. Like if you are living somewhere and war, you know, breaks out, you don't control that. You adjust to it, you know. But you need to know and make your mind understood that you are highly protected. And you need to understand what people do not understand with the tower. Is everybody convinced this is negative cards. Actually, it has a bit of Aries energy also, because usually Aries are who's thriving in tower moments. Actually, they have the capacity to turn it into something positive. And actually, this is an Aries energy, but everybody can embody it. Okay? And what's happening, the tower is actually a change. So in a way, it can have a positive meaning if you turn it into positive. After, if you are in a war zone, well, ask for wisdom from source and universe, have to turn it into positive. But you have to always somehow find the positive even in the most evil things that happens to you. That's what I learned when I was young. Those who follow me, I told this story many times, that I was something 18 or 20, between 18 and 20 years old, and I was doing volunteer work to look after older people, to go to them and help them out if they need cleaning or they need to make some dinner for them, or just to talk with them, or whatever they needed, you know, because they were alone without any relatives. And I remember that there were many type of old people. There was one old woman who was really spoiled. She came from a noble family, and she always had everything. And actually, her family hated her that much that they moved abroad and never ever asked and never ever called her. But it was because her nature was so bitter, and she was really nasty with everybody. And her life was comparing to easy to other old people lives. And there was another one, a Jewish woman who been through both of the war. The first war, and the Second World War also, and lost two husbands and many, many children in the war. And actually, she's been also in Auschwitz. And I was really shocked that each time, I mean, she was 90 something years old at that time. She was already very old. And she just wanted somebody to talk with her. And I went there and I said, I help you, tell me what to do. And, you know, when I arrived to her place, she already made her bed, she cleaned up, and she already made the brioche for me. It was cooking in an oven. Sit down, my darling, sit down. I give you the brioche, I give you the coffee, and let's talk, let's talk. So some people and was like that, and this was, I mean, you looked into her eyes, and her soul was shining. I mean, it was like I never seen anyone like that before. And when we talked, I realized this woman went through the most horrible horrors after horrors after horrors after horrors in her life. I mean, I knew all of her life story, and she could still smile. She could be still excited as little small thing like a child. This innocence was still there, and she had such a wisdom that I was practically drinking and learning from it. So when I compare this woman to the other one, it was like, my God, that's what I'm telling you, that just because somebody is old, it does not mean that they have the wisdom. And anyway, this woman told me once that each time when you are in a difficult situation, you visualize you're outside of it like a cube, and you turn it in each direction and find a little angle where there's a tiny bit of good things in it, even if it's the most evil thing. Actually, she used this technique even in Auschwitz. And Auschwitz, you can imagine what they've been through. How can you find any good things in that? Tell me. And she did. She said, if I could find a nice place to sleep, if I could drink clean water, if I could eat, that was a good thing. I was so grateful, and I was smiling, and I was so happy. So every small thing you grab that is good, and after you make it grow. Do you understand? And this is what she taught me, and it was extraordinary. And in my whole life, I used this technique that she used in Auschwitz to survive, and I survived almost everything with it. So when you have a tower moment, you have to work with it and turn it into good, a stepping stone. Yeah, the full moon represents here closing down old cycles, karmic cycles. You close it down, you moved on, and after you can step into this King of Wands energy, the go-getter energy, somebody who has businesses, but it's not really about businesses. You not necessarily have to have a business. You might have a job, but it's like taking control over your life, taking control over your destiny. You don't let any more people vagabond in it and try to steal it, change it, whatever. Throw them out. Throw them out. They don't have a right to stay in there. You take total control over your life, over your mental, over your destiny, over your gift. Know what type of gifts you have. Work on your gifts. Get to know your gifts better and better and better. Learn about your gift, how to use it, how to enhance it, how to make it stronger, and learn the weakness that weaken your gift. King of Swords. This is a beautiful energy, and everybody has to learn this King of Swords energy, because King of Swords is really an intellectual energy. I mean, you have to actually, here in this reading, it represents the mental work, what you need to do. And I don't care, even if you are a cleaner, even if you are not educated, you can do mental work. Whatever level you are, you can do mental work and build it up little by little. Okay? So, and the other thing that it represents is protection. That souls want to teach you to protect your energy, protect your destiny, protect your mental, protect your chakras, everything. And that's what you need to learn. the Hangman and a Queen of Swords. Yeah, when you are in this Queen of Swords energy, and here it has a negative energy right now. When you snap on everybody who comes around, when you, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be loving and caring with everybody. No, no, no. If somebody's coming to your place or coming to you to fuck you up, I mean, very calmly, you can put them on their place. You know, if nothing else, call 911. But this is when people who actually really loves you, people who wants to help you, they approach you and you want to chop their head off because you think they are enemy, because you dealt with so much enemy that you don't know anymore who is enemy and who is not, that usually make you sabotage your own life, on your destiny, you know. This is really important that you handle this and you come out of this and you become actually a King of Swords, not a Queen of Swords, who's so sensitive, and when she is sensitive, cut everybody's heads off who are approaching, because after nobody will dare to approach you. And maybe that work, maybe that business, maybe that financial opportunity, what you praying for, what you manifesting, can't come in because you are in this Queen of Swords energy. And I understand that you've been through so much deception that now you want to protect yourself, but you have to protect yourself like a King of Swords, with intelligence. Okay? So let people to come in, but after discernment, use your discernment, and through only those out, pick up this Queen of Swords energy towards only those people who are harmful for yourself, for your destiny and your mind, your psyche, your life. I mean, if that person is not your person, and a narcissistic person, you have to pick up this Queen of Swords energy. You understand? Or protect it with this King of Swords. Actually, this can be representing the polarity also. You know, the feminine energy normally is concentrating on love, giving, caring, creating. And in a healthy way, when this feminine energy become, take up, try to protect themselves, they become really harsh and cold. They need the polarity, this masculine energy to come in with this protection energy, that this feminine energy don't feel anymore vulnerable. Because this feminine energy knows she can be vulnerable with the masculine energy, because the masculine energy is like, the protection is not just that somebody wants to hurt you and your masculine step in to protect you. No, the protection is that when a woman is very, very vulnerable because the emotion is really sensitive, the masculine present a safe place that these emotions can flow out and put, get healed. It's like a fatherly energy. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a hug. It's like, it's okay, you can't cry, it doesn't matter, I love you, I accept you, whatever. And this fatherly, masculine, protective energy comes down the feminine energy, so it can come out of the vulnerability and continue creating. And this is, when these cliches on everywhere on social media, whatever you give a woman will multiply it and give it back to you. So if a man is really protective and caring and not caring, how do you say that, loving, and this love, this protective, fatherly, not just fatherly, it's not really fatherly, this is a divine masculine energy. I don't know how to describe it. When you give that to a woman and the woman feels safe with you, that woman will flourish, and whatever you give them, they will multiply it and give it back to you, and that will enhance your prosperity, will enhance your abundance, not just on a physical level, but on a spiritual and an emotional level also. And actually, this is happening in each person inside of them also, because each of us has masculine and feminine energy. And the best thing you can do if you develop both of them, because you need both of them on the same level. Because like that, when you are vulnerable, your masculine side will protect your vulnerability so you can create. Oh, sorry guys, I don't have a game battery. I need to plug it. I hope I won't disappear, guys. Okay. Okay, how shall I close this source? Two of Moons, Death, and a Six of Stars. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Do you remember when we have the two paths to choose between? This is the two paths. Now there is the ascension happening, the shifting into the 5D earth. So everybody will be put into this position to choose path, which one you choose. And it will be continued by a transformation, because what was in the past will die and something new, a transform situation will be created. Six of Stars has not a usual energy here. The Six of Stars is when you meet your destiny finally. You meet your life purpose. You meet, you know, that thing what you're supposed to manifest in your life and you want. It happens after the transformation. And this transformation is mainly spiritual. Okay? It might follow by a glow up on a physical level, or it might follow up, financial gain, or on a physical level, or I don't know, you might lose weight and you might become more beautiful or something like that, or more talented, more gift or whatever. But it's really on a spiritual level. And how do you induce a spiritual transformation with mind work? We have the King of Moons, Knight of Stars, and the Ace of Wands. Now, victory, the only way to achieve it is with hard work. And with the Knight of Stars, Knight of Cups, and a King of Moons, well, it may be some of you, it's really a divine masculine who's coming in. But here, the energy generally represents the King of Moon is universe and source. This is the energy of masculine energy of universe and source, this caring, protective energy, and that comes in with this love of, I don't know if a source or universe ever offered you something like that, but it's a relationship that is extraordinary. And in that relationship, you don't care anymore what you can get out of universe or source. You don't go in that relationship like you don't go normally in a marriage with what you can get out of it. You go in because you love that person. When you go in a relationship with source or universe, you go in that relationship because you love universe, you love source. Do you understand? Not because what they can give you. When you go with this vulnerability that I love you, I don't know how my problem will be solved. I don't care. I don't care if you give something or not. I don't know. I trust you that somehow I will find a solution and I will figure this out. But right now, what I'm interested is to be with you. Right now, what I'm interested to enjoy your presence, enjoy your love, because I need you, I want you, I love you. That is when universe and source practically will fall in love with you. And when universe and source is in love with you, honey, nobody can harm you and you will manifest. I mean, they will spoil you. I imagine you love a man like that who is abundant. You give all of yourself to that man and love with all of your force. If it's a divine masculine, they will spoil you. You will spoil them, but they will spoil you back. The same with universe source. When you go there, after me, I'm talking about, this aspect of how I see things. After universe and source has also feminine energy that is possible to capture, like the love from since the last new moon, there is a very strong divine feminine energy presence in the universe, and we can profit from it a lot because this is for manifesting. This is very complex. When you have a human mind that is grow up on certain teachings that are they give limitations, and with these limitations you can't understand source and universe. You have to explode these limitations, peel it off, make it put it on side, and open your mind, open your spirit, open your soul to be able to understand source and universe. Because without it you can't. But if you do, you will experience an extraordinary relationship with your universe and source. And I think I finished this reading here right now, okay? Five of Swords again, the fight. It will never stop. I'm sorry for telling you, but it will never stop. If your enemies disappear, there will be new enemies. But what you need to do is create your own paradise, own peace, your own peace and your own connection with universe and source in the middle of the midst of difficulties, the midst of fights, spiritual attacks, because they won't stop. You go on a higher level, they will be on higher level enemies. Do you understand? That's why source won't let you to the next level until you really finish up the level where you are right now. Because if you can't finish up that level, how do you want to go to the next level where you will have higher level enemies? And I finished that because this is the key. This is the key. Whatever circumstances you are, wherever you are. I mean, when I was starting to do a tarot reading, there was homeless people who watched me, and there was one homeless person who connected me, and I remember I was really skeptical. God forgive me that, but he had a kind of mental state that is not sane, and I just say, this man, it's impossible how he can get out of that situation. And 1 year later, this guy had a house, had a job, got out of the street, and actually was thinking to going out with a woman who's really fancy, and was thinking about trying to have a family in the future. And he was almost more than 60 years old when he was actually on the street. This is never too late to restart your life, never ever. And me, I was just surprised, and I told Source that how is it possible? I mean, I tried to stay patient with him, you know, and sometimes I was tough with him because actually what Source showed me later on that when I was talking, sometimes I was not talking to the man because he had entities inside him, and these entities made him look like a crazy person. But sometimes I talked to the human, and the human was extremely intelligent, and it was like, wow, this is two different person. It's like somebody with schizophrenia, you know. And Sos told me that that's why I did not have to stop talking, because I was seeding what universe wanted him to do, how to change his life. I'm telling him the positive things, what he needs to do. And sometimes these entities were talking about nonsense. So me like, my God, why I'm talking to this person? And so show me that in spite of that, these entities were speaking up, trying to stop me helping this man. Actually, this seed, what I was planting in him, started to grow. And as his divine light was growing, after a while, these entities left him. And we have left with a sad man, actually, who had the victory over his life. Never judge anybody, even if they look crazy. I'm telling you. If souls tell you to put effort in that person, then put effort. But souls has to be telling you. Because sometimes these are narcissistic people who doesn't, you know, you need to check where do you put the seed. You put it in a fertile soil, or you put it on a you know, a rocky very hard surface where the seed will die because it won't fall in a fertile soil. You're not meant to help everybody. I mean, not all, I mean, some homeless people contacted me, but when they saw that I won't give them money, I won't give them anything, just advice, they disappeared. This guy didn't. He took this advice. And actually, he never ever asked for money. He created money for himself. He took what I said. And what I said actually was not me, it was source. You need to understand, when you are a light worker, so often you are not giving your own wisdom, you're giving source. You are a vessel, and source goes through the wisdom of source, and source speaks to people, not you, from your own mind. This is when you look at spiritual teachers and you almost fall asleep, because they speak from their own mind, what they learned. Okay? I'm not saying you need to cultivate yourself, you need to learn, yes. But that is a different level when you have a spiritual teacher, a light worker, who open themselves to universe, who open themselves to source as a vessel, and let source come through and give wisdom to people that they can build into their life. And sometimes you give wisdom that you, I mean, sometimes I watch my own videos and I'm just surprised. Did I say that? My God, I'm teaching myself, because I don't remember saying that. And I know it was not me, but source who was talking. And actually, it was a message for myself also, you know. And that is when your teaching, what you give people, is like a living water. But it's not coming from your own mind. It's coming from source. You're just a vessel. And when you know who you are, you're just a vessel, that it's a kind of, not humiliating yourself, but you're just humiliate, it's a humiliate is a negative word. Humble yourself in front of source. This is not before humans, certainly not narcissistic humans. You have to humble yourself. No, front of source, because that's what counts. That's what is the most important. Because when you are cookie with source, there is a serious problem. Because source will put you on your place. The most important that you will be humble with source. And that is your own intimate relationship with source, nobody's business. Okay? So this guy, this homeless guy, took everything what I was telling him and learned from it. And he's successful now. Well, relatively successful. I mean, he came out from a place that is really rare when a homeless can come out. And he built from nothing. I mean, all my respect and all my, I mean, I'm just giving praise to God and source for this guy, because it's amazing. It's like wonderful what source did in his life, and the transformation he's been through. It's he did it alone. This is a person, extraordinary person. So I finished this reading here, and I will try to put up later on reading, or tomorrow after tomorrow. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Take care.